Okay, what about now? Can people hear me now? I don't think people could hear me at first. If you can hear me in the chat box, if you could drop me a 1. I'm doing a slightly new setup here, so I don't think I had my mic working at first. But if you can hear me in the chat box, please hit that number 1. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. All right. I guess I'm all squared away then. Very good. Getting started a little bit earlier. I know I said it was to go live at 11:30, but I was here. I thought I don't think there's any harm in getting started a little bit earlier. Is there anybody out there? Hello, hello. No, don't shake my confidence. Does that mean you cannot hear me? Can people hear me? All right, I'm just going to assume that they can. Okay, all right. Phil, you threw me off for a second. I wasn't quite sure. Okay, very good, very good. All right, well, everybody, welcome to, what is it, Wednesday? Wednesday, March 12th? 12th, I think. And as always, if you know that you're gonna like this, don't forget to hit that like button. That helps out a whole lot. But if this is your first live stream, first off, welcome. No need to hit the like button yet because I understand maybe you won't like what you see. But if you've been here before and you know that you're gonna like it, make sure you hit that like button. We're now 2 days in a row of hitting 100 likes, so I'd like to try to keep that streak going. So we have plenty of time to get up to 100. But yes, if you, like I said, if you know you're gonna enjoy because you've been here before, hit that like button. But if you're brand new, I understand. No need to. I'm not going to ask for you to hit the like button because I need to. You got to figure out if you're going to like this or not. So as always, this will be viewer driven. So if you would like for me to take a look at a stock you're in, crypto, forex, futures, you can make that request. If you have a question, you can ask that. $5 super chats. Make sure that I'll for sure do the request and see the question. You don't have to do that, but I just don't make any promises that I'll actually get to your request or question. I may not see it, but super chats make sure that not only do I see it, but it also ensures that I'll get to it right away. So if there's anything that, like I said, you want me to take a look at, let me know. And hopefully we'll do some live trading here too. Want to get some more people here. Only 20 on right now, but that's because I think I'm a little early. But yeah, so right now, just looking right here, this is the futures market. We're looking at the MNQ. Take a look at Tesla. All right, we'll go take a look at Tesla for now while we wait for more people. To get logged on. So TSLA, let's see what Tesla's got. All right, well, Tesla, will they actually have a green day today? Maybe so. Maybe so. Actually got a bit of a gap up. So that's a step in the right direction. Still a lot more work that needs to be done, but at least, like I said, they did get a gap up. We'll drop on the lower time frames here, see what's it looking like on the 30-minute right now. So, hey, even on the 30-minute, up above the 50-period moving average, that purple line. It is pulling back from the highs, but it's trying to maintain. It's trying to stay above there. And it has been a long time since Tesla has been above that purple line. And even back here, the last time it was above it, during this little block right here, you can see that didn't last very long as the price then just dropped down through there. So that's kind of the big question right now. Is history going to repeat itself? Is it going to do that again? We'll have to see what happens in that regard. So, but as I said, right now it's battling. It's trying its best to stay above that line. Again, if you have a request, let me know in the chat box. Could be a stock, could be crypto, could be futures. But let me know if you have a request, and I will take a look at it. And don't forget to hit that like button. There we go. So yeah, on Tesla though, trend line wise, nothing too fancy here. In fact, I do something like that, green for support. And then if we just make it all one color, so we have our area of resistance, we have our area of support, we have the upwards move right there. So we have ourselves a little bull flag pattern. So moving through the rest of the day, it's, will it consolidate out and then make a move to the upside? That's kind of the question mark moving forward. So we'll see what happens in that regard. Oh, I just remembered something. I need to let my private community know that I'm live right now. How do I... just bear with me a second here. Okay, quiet. Well, I guess we don't have that many people, but quiet group. All right, that's kind of the time to get your request in when you don't have a bunch of competition. All right, we'll take a look back here at the markets. Again, this is the futures market we're looking at. Nate seems to be all into stocks. I'm not sure why are you in stocks so much, Nate? Do you do futures, Nate? So far, he asked about Tesla, then he's talking about Nvidia. You don't do futures, Nate? It's really bothering me. Let's see, can I... Okay, there we go. There. All right, that's what I was looking for. Get shareable link. That's what I needed. All right, there we go. About to do futures with the prop firm. Good, Nate. Yeah. With all due respect, it's just a total waste of time with stocks. Thanks, Jesse. If anybody would like me to explain more in that statement, let me know. But yes, if you trade stocks, you are wasting your time. Stocks are garbage compared to what I'm looking at right here. And I will gladly provide plenty of evidence to illustrate my point. I know it can be an offensive statement. It's a strong statement to say that stocks and options and Forex and crypto are garbage compared to futures. But I can bring the receipts. I can make it, I think, a very persuasive argument as to why that is the case. All right. So right now, question just seems to be, oh, got it. Nice, got through it. Audio okay now, very good. Thanks, Dan. So what I'm very curious about now moving forward is this area up here. Will the price get rejected up at that area right there? That's kind of my question mark point. Does break and retest work for futures like with options if you're trading the first 2 hour? Yeah. Futures respect technicals probably better than anything else. So futures are very, very good for technicals for sure. Now, of course, nothing works 100% of the time. I'm not making that claim. But yes, technical trading can be very, very effective in the world of futures. Hey, Clay, if I lose 100 in the test in day one, will I start with that as a loss on day two and so on? Yeah, Jay Moso. Let me just show you so that we can all stay on the same page here. But let's say I just on the 25. So on the test, JMO, if you're doing, again, just doing the 25,000 account during the test phase, you're allowed to lose 1,500. But per your question, if you were to lose 100, then the next day you'd only be able to lose 1,400. Does that make sense, JMO? I'm targeting 590. Yeah. Who said that? See, I see what you're saying. Well, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm assuming you're targeting it because that's where VWAP is right up there. That'd be my assumption, but I guess I don't know for sure. Five minutes looking pretty interesting here. Maybe I'll put one on here just so we can get some live trades going here. I don't. What would this stop on that be? There we go. All right, this is very, very minimal size. I have fib level there. Gotcha. Well, fib level matching up with the VWAP, not bad. All right, I'm in. So if you've never traded futures before, just look down there at that number. Ask yourself, how do you feel about that number? If you think it's fluctuating too slow for you, no problem. All you'd have to do is go up there and raise that number up. So again, if you think that number is fluctuating a little bit too slow for you, I'm not offended. That is totally fine, but there is a solution to that. You can make it more volatile by making that number even higher. I am at the bare minimum of volatility of what is possible because I just want to show people here what is possible with futures. That blue line represents my entry point. Green line there is my stop. Which platform is that I'm trading? This is Tradovate. Try to give this thing a little bit more wiggle room. If anything, maybe I'll add another one. I got plenty of play room here. So now I'm at 2 micros. But I will do the hard stop up here. My entry was 418. Nice. Again, just watch that number. I'm at 2 micros. So this volatility could be less if I change that down to 1. But right now I am at 2. Hey Rashid. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Again, I'm short, so if you're a beginner, that means I want to see prices go down. Prices going down is a good thing. Prices going up is a bad thing, and I'm about to get stopped out. What Trader's Way is a brokerage name, and the software platform is Ninja or Asher. I'm not sure what you're asking. The platform that I'm using is Tradovate. That is the platform that is a broker. I'm trading through a prop firm. The prop firm is who you see at the top of the screen there. Once you sign up for the prop firm, they will create you the account with the broker. Yes, thank you. Click that like button if you're enjoying. And out there. So losing trade on that one. Did not want to come back down. Rashid, come in the private community and ask. You're a member of the private community, aren't you? Let's talk in there. And if you can't see why I went short there, then you got to work on that chart vision. Now, I realize it didn't work out, but like I said, there's some good reasoning there. Again, if you would like for me to do an analysis on one of your positions, $5 super chats make that happen. Could be a stock, could be crypto. Or questions will for sure get seen and answered with the $5 super chat. You don't have to do a super chat. I'm just not making any promises that I'll actually see your question or see your request. But even if I do eventually do it, it may not be 30 minutes until after you ask it. Astronaut, man, my friend, I've answered this about 4 times for you. I'm using Take Profit Trader, which is at the top of the screen. And then I am using Tradovate. Maybe I'll look to get short up around that area. Where's the link to the community? That is a good question. I will gladly share that. Let's see. Here you go. Hey, Mike, where you been? If I go with trade, I think you mean take profit trader. I think that's what you mean. Take profit trader. What code do I use so I get Clay? Or you can just use the link. So either code Clay, or if you just use the link right here, that'll make sure that you get the discount and that it's a way to support the channel. Oh, whoops. Where are we at? 40. Let's get up to at least 25. I have code Clay works for me. Thanks, Mike. Thank you for the support. I think in out for a quick little scalp there. So again, what I want you to notice is that number right there. It's 0 now, but if you scroll back, especially if you're watching this in the archive, just watch that number and ask yourself, well, was that moving fast enough for me? Was it too slow? And if you're saying that was too slow, the solution to that would be to change that number. Now, how high could you change that number? Well, assuming you're doing things with the prop firm, which is what I'm doing, what I would recommend, you could have changed that number on the bare minimum. So for the $25,000 account, which would cost you $105, you could have changed that number that I had at 1. You could have changed it up to 30. So hopefully you're kind of seeing like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, 1 wasn't too volatile, but wow, 30 of those, I could see that being very volatile. 25 likes, very good. So the plan here is I'm going to change over to another account that I have. There we go. So yesterday, I have this $25,000 account. So the way a prop firm works, just as a kind of a quick recap, is first phase, you have to prove yourself as a trader. You have to pass a test. And then after you pass the test, you go to what's called a pro account. And that's where you start to make money and you can request payouts and all of that. But first you do have to prove yourself, and that is by passing a test. So on the $25,000 account, which is what the account I'll be using, the test is this. You've got to make $1,500, but you are not allowed to lose $1,500. And you can do up to 3 of the very volatile contracts or 30 of the less volatile contracts. So that is the test. Yesterday, I actually made a little bit too much, so it kind of turned into a clown fiesta because there are some consistency rules, meaning you can't make more than 50% of your goal in the same day. Okay. Per the rules, I gotta immediately go to MNQ around 9:30 a.m. and learn how to short. And this move blew up my account out of nowhere. Oh, okay. All right. So Evil was willing to do a super chat so that we can all learn. How nice is that on Evil Shadex's part? So 9:30 went. Learn how to short, and this move blew up my account out of nowhere. So are you saying you went long and then this move got you here? I guess I'm not quite following. Is that the move that blew up your account? ME, because that is oh brother, ME is now going to have a panic attack. Because that was the previous promotion. The current promotion is actually better. Because the current promotion, you don't have to pay the $130 activation fee. So if you do the math, this promotion is actually better. So the last promotion was 50% off. This one is 30% off. But you also don't have to pay the activation fee after you pass. And I'm pretty sure ME in that video I mentioned, use a link to get the current promotion. Keyword there being current promotion. Yeah, I'll explain that, JMO. The move right at 9:30. 9:30. Okay, yeah. Crazy. Did you go short down here or something? I got it at the very bottom. And okay. So yes. I appreciate the transparency. Not to mention, you literally gave a super chat so that people could learn from this. That's very kind on your part, actually. So price came down here, and he got short, meaning he wanted to see the price go down, because that's how shorts make money for you beginners. He wanted to see the price go down. I don't want to speak for him, but I'm assuming he was trying to anticipate the break of these lows right here. And then, as he said, the price did not go down. It shot straight up, and boom. Failed test. Now the good news is, well, how much did you lose within your account? Or let me ask this: what size account was it that you blew? So I'll turn this into kind of how the prop firms work. So you learned a lesson here, right? Yeah, that was not the greatest idea. Pretty dumb. But what size account was that, Evil Shaddix? All right, are we on the... Order filled. So just going to take a quick trade here. Stop is that green line. I am short. There we go. So a quick little scalp there for like, I don't know, 30 bucks or so. I don't know. That was at 47. I'll explain more what I'm trying to do. Just slow and steady to try to bring that up. Okay, 50,000 account. All right, so what happened to Shadex is, as I said, he just blew up his account. So because this was on a $50,000 account, that means during the test phase, he could lose $2,000. So what we just went over, what I just showed you, how he went short there and then it exploded against him, he lost more than $2,000. That's why he's saying he failed the test. He blew up the account. In prop firm lingo, blowing up an account means you failed the test and you no longer have the account. But the question is, did he actually lose $2,000 out of his pocket? He didn't. He only lost the cost of the account, and the cost of the account was $119. So he just learned a very valuable lesson. That was dumb, but I learned a lot. So the question becomes, what does the "but I learned a lot" actually going to cost you? If you're using your own money, that "but I learned a lot" could cost you... Wait, what? Uh-oh. Am I filled on something? I am. I forgot to cancel a stop. I better just get out. Okay, so another learning lesson here. On this platform, TradeOvate, make sure you click that whenever you're done with a trade, because I did not click it. I forgot about my stop loss. My stop loss was out there, and then it triggered to the upside. Now, I did make money on it because my stop loss was a buy order, so it bought and then broke through. But then I just got out because, that was not what I was prepared for. So the biggest lesson I can tell you, and what I've learned since entering futures in the prop firm world, learn to love this button right there. Just get in the habit of clicking it, because as you saw there, I did not click it when that trade was over. I left my order out there, and then it filled. And then there was I don't know if the mic picked it up, but the voice said, "Order filled." And what was going on? So learn to love that button. Learn to love it. And I have blown some accounts because I forgot. And then you come back to your computer and you're like, wait, why am I in a position? Oh, wow, I just got crushed. So yes, learn to love that button. But anyways, back to the lesson here. So he went short, so he did something dumb. Oh, that was dumb, but I learned a lot. Well, it only cost him $119 because that was the cost of the account. And that's why I would argue prop firms with futures, they allow you to stay alive that much longer because, again, if you're using your own money and that was a stock or that was, crypto or something, and you took that trade and you're using your own money and it cost you $2,000, well, that $2,000 literally is coming out of your own bank account. In this situation, it was only $119. So sure, he failed the test. Now he can try again, but the point here is that it only costs him $119. So he got caught in a nasty, nasty move, and that's going to happen. Sometimes you're doing everything right, and then just a nasty move happens, and it is what it is. But it's a question of, well, how much is it going to actually cost you for that circumstance? And in this situation, it only cost him $119, which I'm assuming he's pretty happy that that occurred to him in a prop firm where it didn't cost him $2,000, it just cost him the $119. So that's a little built-in lesson on, just the benefit, the risk management tool within a prop firm, because prop firms, you can, go on tilt, you can lose your mind, which isn't good, But when you go on tilt and lose thousands of dollars, at least you're not actually losing thousands of dollars. Now, you're going to fail the test and you'll have to try again, but it's that built-in risk control. Can you explain more on the consistency rule? Yeah. So let me actually bring this over real quick, and I'll illustrate what I mean. So this is the account that I'm trading right now. Let me make sure my username and password are not on it. There we go. So this is what happens during the test phase. You have to trade for at least 5 days. Now, you could pass it in just a few, and then you got to make some small little trades just to get up to 5. But it's a 5-day minimum. Now, you can take as long as you want, but you have to at least go 5 days. But the consistency rule with Take Profit Trader is your biggest day cannot be more than 50% of your total profit. The total profit goal for the $25,000 account is right here, $1,500. So your biggest day cannot be more than 50%. So what's 50% of $1,500? Well, $750. Yesterday, I actually made like $900, which would have messed everything up. So I had to lose some money, but I eventually did lose enough. So yesterday I made, right there, $739.50, which you can see was 49.3%. So I snuck in under the 50%. I was okay. So that's the consistency rule on Take Profit Trader, a very basic one. Other consistency rules can get very complicated, but this one, it's just what is your profit goal to pass the test, and then you just multiply that number by 50%, and that's the number that you're not allowed to make more of in a day. Now, once you pass the test, so after you pass the test and move on to your pro account, then you can make as much as you want. You don't have to worry about that rule anymore. But that rule is just in place because they don't want somebody to show up. Because again, you're trying to prove yourself. And if you just show up YOLO, get lucky, it's like, okay, well, you didn't necessarily prove anything. So that's why they have that rule in place. Apex has those rules, but the Apex is, let me put it this, keep the Apex stuff out of here. I'm not against them per se, but Apex, you need basically a degree in rocket science to figure out those rules. Did I miss any? Again, if you want me to do a request for you, or if you want me to see your question right away, $5 super chats make that happen. But he also had to pay the activation fee since he didn't pass. So total was $250. Still better than $2,000. But he's also had to pay. No. Force Fed, you only pay the activation fee if you pass. So once you pass and then you want to go up to a pro account, that's when you would pay that activation fee. But the current promotion, there is no activation fee. So right here is a test phase. And then after that, you get, and what I should notice, when you purchase, they'll ask you what platform do you want to use. I am using Tradeovate right there. And the other nice thing is, I don't know about you, but it's super annoying. It's a big hassle to have to sign up for a new broker. You got proof of identity, all this sort of stuff. You don't have to do any of that. You just purchase the account, and Take Profit Trader will create the account for you, and then they'll email you your username and password, and then you just log right in. So that's what I'm using, Tradeovate. You can use other platforms. Whoops. But then as you go through, so once you go, if you pass a test, you move it into the pro account. This phase right here is where you would have to pay the $130 to do that. But right now with the current promotion, if you use that link, this does not exist. There is no $130. You just get the pro account free of charge. And then in the pro account, money that you make, you get to keep 80% of it. If you go to the Pro Plus account, then you get to keep 90% of your gains. But no, Force Fed, you do not, the only time you'd have to pay the activation is if you pass. The $3,000 I lost on stocks was my own money. Yeah, exactly. Dumb. Now I'm going to risk someone. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Emmy, a couple days ago, lost $3,000 for a really boneheaded move. And as he's saying right now, that hurt because that was literally $3,000 of his own money to learn that lesson. Whereas if he was doing it in a prop firm account, it would not have been $3,000 of his own money. It would have been just the cost of the account. Yes, thank you, Casey. Don't forget to hit that like button for sure. We're a quarter of the way there. I was telling people earlier, I'd like to get this up to 100 likes. I've had 100,000 in payout in 6 months. Yeah, no, I don't have anything against Apex. I'm just saying, and I have no problem. Like I want people to stay focused on Take Profit Trader. Like I am, that is my affiliate link. That's who I want people to go to. I want people to support the channel through there. And the reason why I choose Take Profit Trader over Apex is because I like the payout policy. Because Apex, they're like, yeah, you can request money, but you can only request it every couple weeks, and then you can only request like $2,000, and they throw all sorts of contingencies. Again, Apex is not a scam. I'm not making that claim. I'm just saying that they have all sorts of hoops and this and that, and the test phase is actually longer. Yeah, you can pass their tests in one day, but then you have to go to their pro account or performance account, which is like at least 8 days. So there's just a lot more hoops. Again, that's not to say that Apex doesn't pay. It's not to say that you can't use them. I like Take Profit Trader because in my mind, if you make money, you should be able to request that money and get that money right away. And Take Profit Trader does that. A lot of other prop firms, they don't. Again, you can only request money every couple of weeks, and then they put caps on how much of that money you can request, and it's just a lot of hoops you have to jump through. So that's why ultimately I like Take Profit Trader, because once you start making money, they're like, yeah, go ahead. You made the money. Request it whenever you want. Request however much of it you want. What's your opinion on 0 DTE options? Garbage. Do futures, Thomas. I'm assuming you want to do 0 DTE options because you're looking for volatility. But my question to you, Thomas, would be, why do you want to put up with theta? Why do you want to put up all of the Greeks? Why do you want to put up with trying to figure out what strike price to use? You can get better volatility in futures. But old school, good job. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Good for you. So technically you can hit the pro account in 5 days. No, 6, because the first 5 would be your test phase. So then, but on day 6, yes. In theory, if you played everything perfectly, you'd take the first 5 days to pass, and then on day number 6, you'd be in your pro account, and if you make enough, then yeah, you could start requesting money right away. So with Take Profit Trader, in theory, you could be requesting money into your bank account within 6 days. And futures make way more. Yeah, exactly. If you failed the test on the last promo, reset and pass during the current promo, does the account level or does the account revert to last month's promo? Yes, I believe so. I'm pretty sure. But Daryl, I'm not Take Profit Trader, so you might want to run that by their customer support. But I think so. But I'm not gonna die on that hill. We can trade after 5 p.m. Eastern on test, but once in pro, you can trade anytime, right? No, you can trade whenever you want. You can trade after 5 p.m. They're just saying you can't hold overnight. Because from 5 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern, the futures market is closed every day. So the futures market is not open 24 hours a day. There is that 1 hour period from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. where you cannot trade. And what they're saying, Force Fed, I think what you're referring to is they don't let you hold. You can't like hold overnight, quote unquote. Getting a bit of a pullback here. Ooh, getting close to that 21 EMA. That support down there. What would it take me? What if it would take me more than 5 days to fill requirements for test phase? That's totally fine. Now, the one thing I would say is I would encourage you to aim to get through it in at least 30 days, a month, because you don't have to pay that again. You don't want to have to pay the monthly fee again. Once you get to the pro account, this fee goes away. There is no more monthly fee. But during the test phase, you can take as long as you want. But I don't want you to take more than a month, because then all of a sudden you're going to get hit by that right there. So no, you don't have to get through it in 5 days. You can take as long as you want. So I'm not saying you have to get through it in 5 days. So I'm kind of middle. Some people are like, no, be super aggressive, get through it in 5 days. I think you should take your time, but I don't think you should take so much time where now it's, you're getting hit over and over, month after month after month. And in all actuality, with as volatile as futures are, these, that gain right there, that's a very realistic thing to do within a month. Maybe like, I've never made $3,000 ever. No problem, I get it. But I'm telling you, in the world of futures, and I'm going to show you, that is a possible thing. Short here? Eek. I don't know about that one. So back to kind of where I was at. Again, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. But I'd like to try to, yeah, I was wrong. At least you fessed up. Yeah, I don't want to be aggressive. I am okay even for 2 months, no problem to pay. And that's fine. That's fine. But it is more than possible. It is more than reasonable to get to pass the test in a month, because futures move very quickly, and that's what I'll now I've already taken a couple trades, but I just want to illustrate this, people, of the sort of volatility and really all the control you have over it. Clay, does Take Profit Trader pay for the real market data, or does it come out of the account? Good question. That is included. So that is included in your account fee. So they'll say you get free market data, but I mean, it's not free. They're just paying for it through your account thing. So it's kind of like, hey, this is free shipping. It's like, well, it's not free shipping. They've just built the cost of the shipping into the price. Same thing here. So no, you do not need to pay extra. The data fee is already included within your account fee. Nice move here. Look at the 5 minute on this thing. No red candles, just straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up. Doing battle right now with that purple line, which on my chart is noting the 50 period moving average. Curious up here at that pivot point, that dotted brown line right there. Could that be an area where it has some problems? All right, any favorite futures trade? No, books are garbage. Impossible to learn from books. Impossible. Why? Because this is what a book does. They'll find some sort of image and be like, so the spot to buy here, the spot to go long was right there. Because look, it would have worked. It's like, well, no kidding. No kidding. When you have a picture, pictures don't teach. Because pictures are full hindsight. And because books can't do this. Because all decisions in the world of trading are this way. Look to the right. Right? What do you notice about over there? There's nothing. That's the real life trading. Books look that way. Books look to the left, and they'll give you a snapshot, which is have all the hindsight in it, and they'll say you should have done this and you should have done that. It's like, well, no kidding. It's easy to say that when you know what happens next. But when you look to the right, notice it gets a little bit more challenging, doesn't it? So books are absolute and utter garbage. Now, I'll go into salesman mode, very minimally. If you want some structured education, I do offer that. I do not sell a holy grail. I do not sell a magical system. I sell structured education. So if you are interested in that, because you just want to speed up your learning, you don't want to feel overwhelmed with the tide pool of data that is out, or the tide pool of information that is out there. A lot of it is just garbage information anyways. But even if you were to somehow select all the good pieces in terms of what order do you learn about it in, so it makes the most sense, yeah, that's where it gets hard. So I'm not selling a magic system. I'm not selling a holy grail. I'm just selling learning in a structured, efficient way. So if you're interested in that, you can use that. But yeah, books don't work. Books cannot teach trading. So anyways, what I would like to try to do, and I mean, I'm not going to get super aggressive unless we get this up to at least 50 likes. But I think what would be kind of a fun challenge, because this account was donated to me anyways, but is if we can try to pass this test. So I've got to get this account right here up to 26,500. So basically have about $500 more that I need to make. And I thought, it might be fun for the live stream if we can try to get aggressive and pass this account today. It might be an utter failure. I might blow up this account, but that's okay. Again, Take Profit Trader was nice enough to donate it so that I can show people what futures looks like, what it's what to expect. And sometimes when you get aggressive, you could blow up. And there'd still be educational purposes in a blown up account. But with that being said, I'm not gonna, as I always say, I'm using likes, I'm using super chats as the feedback mechanism. Like if that sounds interesting, hit the like button, leave a super chat, and that's what we can do. So 50 likes, I'll take that as a sign that, hey, you think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's get maybe more aggressive. Let's see if we can pass that test today. Or, super chats too are a way to communicate that to me also. So if that's something that doesn't sound of interest, no problem, no problem. But like I said, I need to have some sort of mechanism to be able to gauge that, and that's where the likes come into play, or super chats. People need mentors to be successful. I've been trading. Yeah, no, yep. I definitely believe in investing in education, and I realize, well, you just say that because you sell stuff, and that's fair enough. But there's a video on my channel where I went over all the real estate investing education I purchased before starting real estate, and it was like just under $5,000. So I really do believe, because after I went through the teach myself trading, I'm like, I'm never doing that again. That was a nightmare, super expensive with all the dumb things I did and lost. I'm like, all right, nope, not doing that with real estate investing. I'll gladly pay for some education. And I was right at about $5,000. Clay, now that you have switched to this futures trading, do you still trade in stocks? No way. Options and stocks are they're pure and utter garbage compared to futures. Pure and utter garbage. And maybe you're a stock and options trader saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. Based on what? Well, one small bit of reasoning was stock and options. If you don't have $25,000, you fall under the pattern day trader rule. And that is not a thing in futures. There's no pattern day trader rule in the world of futures. Now that, like I said, there's a multitude of other reasons why futures are better, but that's just one of the simple ones. And plus, they just move so much better. You don't need as much capital. With prop firms, you have the built-in risk control because all that you have at risk is the cost of the account. There's just so much more to like about futures with a prop firm. Trends, crowd behavior, and support and resistance are really the only things you need to make use. Yeah, I agree, Mad Mac, but I think we could probably both find common ground in saying, but all those things are also easier said than done. Same with, and discipline, of course. Well, yeah, you got to be disciplined, right? Anybody that has any experience knows that that's super easy to say out of your mouth. Hey, be disciplined. But in order to make that an actual reality, much easier said than done. What's the leverage in futures? Well, that's going to depend on the broker. But again, with a prop firm, they make the math very easy because you're going to know exactly what you can do. So if you show up and you buy a $50,000 account for the 119, they're telling you right now how much that's going to actually allow you to purchase. For the very, very volatile position contracts, the most you could get is 6. And that's crazy because those are very volatile contracts. The less volatile contracts, you could get up to 60. So right there, that's what they're telling you. That's what each account does. So I understand some just like, well, how do I know how to calculate like how many shares I can buy of a stock with a certain amount of money, but how does it work with futures? Like, how do I calculate the cost? And there's no shares in futures. It is contracts. But like, how much it's going to cost me for a contract? And that's where I like the prop firms because I just flat out tell you, as you saw, for this size account, you can buy up to this or that. I still got need 9 more likes or some super chats or something. And we will try to pass this test in more of an aggressive manner. I mean, kind of there's an aspect of like, I like, whoops, come on now. I like this part of things, but like this, there's not really, I guess you can just do that straight across the top there. Maybe this might make something like that, kind of an overall bull pennant right now that's forming. Kind of keep an eye on that. How would they send money during withdrawal if I'm outside the USA? They have, I don't even know what the platforms are called, but they have some sort of platform that'll send it international people and do the conversions, but I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, they that's the other nice thing is they're open to pretty much people around the world. There is a list of countries that they're not available to. Rise, is that's what it is? Yeah, there's some of them. Rise, that does sound familiar now. But yeah, there's payment apps, I guess is the right word, that allow them to pay international people. Again, if you're enjoying, hit that like button. If we can get this up to 50, then we will try to pass this test in more of an aggressive manner. We have about $500 to go. And yeah, we'll kind of go one of those things where, because I think there's learning lessons either way, just you can see something how it passes, or if you get aggressive, things can blow up in a hurry too. Like I said, I am gauging interest in my ideas via likes and super chats. And right now there's been no more super chats. So on that front, doesn't seem like there's too much interest, and likes are kind of lagging behind, which is fine. But I can sit here and just kind of commentate the market too. That's also. So there's the breakout. I don't know. Like I said, I had drawn, something, that looked like this, give or take. So the price has now peeked its head up through the area. So nice little breakout seemingly right now. Buy if it goes above 640. Oh, so that was the top of the pattern. Well, hopefully you did that. Because there's a breakout. Very nice pattern breakout right there. Seems more than valid. It could head up to that pivot point right there. Of course, there's no guarantees, but I mean, I don't think anybody would be shocked if the price came up and at least started to bump its head on that pivot point up there at, we'll call it 675. But yeah, did anybody take that break right there? Did anybody buy the break out of that bull pennant? Do you think you should wait for the retest? Well, I don't know your personal risk tolerance. I know nothing about your strategy. I don't know what your goals are. So I have no idea if I think that you should wait for the retest. So after this pivot point, which it's getting close here, yeah, things start to thin out, and really next level of resistance not up until about 725. Now, don't freak out and be like, okay, so that means that if this breaks, it's going straight up. That's not what I said. I just said, technically speaking, that's where the next seemingly area of resistance is, so you could get some movement. I mean for you, not... Oh, I mean for you. Yeah, I would not buy up here. That, to me, that seems like you're just chasing the price at this point. So I would personally wait for some sort of, if it wanted to do something like this, pulls back a little bit, because then within that pullback, yes, you have a pullback, but when you had this big move upwards first, well, that would just be giving us a bull flag pattern, bull pennant, something like that. So yeah, I would not personally be interested in buying right now. But this is live, so maybe 3 minutes from now, the price is going to be all the way up here, and people are going to be like, you moron, why didn't you buy right there? Whoa, 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 whoa. What time is it, 12? I don't think. Did Trump say something? Did he tweet? I don't think. No, it's a random time. It's 12:11. So, exactly. So, people, like I said, I don't feel comfortable buying. There are some people out there buying at least. Those people probably a little anxious right now. Probably a little freaked out. Oh, he just said that there's little flexibility on tariffs. Gotcha. I bought just before the break. Stop us at a break even. Nice job, Mad Mac. Very good. Again, 50 likes. We'll get this show underway. We're 1 like away. Okay, now you're short. Uh-oh. Where's your stop at? No, I don't know if that was a false breakout. I would argue the breakout occurred down here at the pattern, right? I drew in that pattern. So I would argue, in my opinion at least, obviously feel more than free to disagree. No problem there. I would say that was the breakout. So I don't know if that was a false breakout. That was like almost a 50-point move. And the world of futures, that's a big move. So no, I would not personally consider that a false breakout. Nice, we're at 54 likes. All right, well, we're gonna try to pass. Go big or go home. Right now, it could be one of those go big or go homes, because as of right now, the way I'm looking at it is this candle right here is, there's some indecision. So is this thing about to head back down? And if so, that'd be all we need to pass the test, assuming I went, with an NQ. Maybe we'll start a little bit. What I need to do is just give people an idea of the volatility that exists. Because I know some people here are actually, I'm curious. If you have never traded futures or you've never even seen futures trading, hit the number 5 in the chat box. I'm always curious of the crowd size. Again, if you've never done futures trading or you've never seen futures trading, hit the 5 in the chat box. Okay, good. We have some people here. How much would you earn if you sell now? Well, I need to know where I had bought from. You mean for the people that bought the breakout? Is that what you're asking, Thomas? So for the people that, because I drew that pattern, so the people that, let's just call it, bought at 640? Is that what you're asking? Okay, good question. So think about it. This breakout here, I don't think anybody would be like, whoa, that was an epic breakout. That was crazy. Don't get me wrong. That's a good breakout. Good, solid breakout. But, I mean, think about like micro cap stock people, penny stock people, and they're like, yeah, short squeezes. And there's, pretty big movement with short squeeze and all that, which is fine. But I think we can all agree that this distance here, yeah, it's a breakout, but nothing crazy. So let's just do some quick math. We're going to do a quick futures lesson here. So the buy is at 640 and it went up as high as, we'll just call it, let's play it conservative, 680. So in the world of futures, things are measured in points. So that was a 40-point move, okay? 40 points. Now, depending on the type of contract you use, but the volatile contracts, 1 point equals $20, okay? So 1 point equals $20 per contract, but let's just assume you had one contract. So now let's do some math here. So if you had, so like I said, right here, we just said that move went 40 points, and if each point is worth $20, that move was worth $800 per contract. Now, if you had, let's just say, and so how many contracts could you buy? Well, let's go up to this. So for the bare minimum account right there, the 25,000, which would cost you $105, of the very volatile contracts, you could purchase up to 3 of those. So you could do 3 of those. So let's say you did do 3 of those. Well, because the 800 is per contract, if you had 3, let's multiply that by 3, that movement right there, which again, not huge, $2,400. But that was the smallest account too. I mean, if you were on a bigger account, so let's go to the other extreme. If you purchased a $150,000 account, which would cost you $250, of the very volatile contracts, you could have had 15 of those. So let's do this. 800 is what that move was worth times 15. That could have been a $12,000 move. Now, granted, that's an extremely, extremely aggressive position size. But I'm just trying to show you the range of, yeah, not a whole lot of movement is needed for the gains to add up in future. So right there, that would have been worth $12,000. So hopefully I answered your question. But that's why I say futures are just so much better from a capital perspective. I mean, can you imagine how many shares you'd have to buy of Tesla or Nvidia or something to be able to get $12,000? You'd need like $500,000 account to be able to buy enough shares to put those sorts of gains in your pocket. Whereas with futures, what did you need for that $150,000 account with a prop firm? You would have needed $252 out of your pocket. That would have been the amount of money required to get that $150,000 worth of buying power. All right. I don't know. So let's just do this right now. I just want to show people the bare minimum. So what I'm going to show you here is the bare minimum of volatility that you could expect. So I'm going to put a trade on, and I want you to watch that number there. And just ask yourself, how do I feel about that number? No, don't come down now. Ugh. What is this? That's right. We're going to be getting aggressive anyway. So even if this is a lot loss, who cares? Because we're gonna eventually work our way up to. Come on, hit me. There we go. Okay. So watch the number right here. and ask yourself, how do I feel about it? If you're saying, no, Clay, that number is moving way too slow, no problem. All you'd have to do is go up to that number and raise it and make it higher. All right, let's move down our stop here. This will be a winning trade now no matter what. My stop is in front of my entry point. So there we go, all out there. I like those trades. So it was just one size position, but again, that number right there, how are you feeling about it? Again, if you're saying, Clay, that was way too slow, totally fine, totally fine. All you could change that, make that number become more volatile by changing this number. Again, how high could you change that number? Well, on the bare minimum account of 25,000, you could have changed that number up to 30. So that number could have been as high as 30. There we go. Got in the trade in, so we're a little bit closer to our goal. I see stair steps up currently. Yeah, they're stair stepping up, but I also saw a chance where this thing maybe wants to roll over, and it did, but unfortunately, it didn't want to keep rolling over. But still a winning trade. But if you're new, stick to micros. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Just curious, if the same example went against you, you would have blown up your account. No, I had my stop up here. So it would have been a loss, but not blown up my account. Quote unquote, blowing up account with the account size that I'm using, because right now I'm on a $25,000 account. So I'm allowed to lose up to $1,500. That, had it gone against me, that would not have been a $1,500 loss. I'm just saying, had I done super aggressive position size, then yeah, at that point, it's like, okay, this is either going to work out or I'm going to lose and blow up my account. But that was not the situation. I was being very, very moderate because, again, I just want to show people, give them an idea of what sort of volatility they could expect within the world of futures. 690 long. That has me a little nervous. I would, if you want to do that, that's fine. There is definitely some room for this thing to run. So we have that line up there, which is essentially, those highs from back there. So I could see it maybe making a move up to there, but well, I'm glad I was aggressive with that stop because, man, came down, was looking good. Thought, okay, here we go. Are we gonna get a bigger pullback? Nope. Boom, hammer candle. Again, if you are liking this, if you enjoy the live trading, hit that like button. Let's do this. Let's if people want to see what an aggressive contract looks like, let's get this up to 75 likes. So I will do one NQ, and NQ are the very, very volatile ones. Now, I would recommend everybody starts off with MNQ because the M stands for micro, so things are more relaxed. But next one, if we can get up to 75 likes, I'll do an NQ. And NQ is like, grab your jock strap, boys. Things are going to get spicy, Buckle up. Where are we at time-wise? Going on an hour. Buying 10 NQ is the same as one. Correct. I like this because you can still scale out. Yeah, no, the micros offer a lot of flexibility. Same with like 5. I kind of like 5 because 5 in my mind is even just one is a half of an NQ. Hey, there's Chris. Good to see you, Chris. So again, if we can get up to 75 likes or $10 in super chats, there we go. Then I'll put one on of a very aggressive manner, so kind of you beginners can see just how volatile one NQ can be. Again, my main goal here is to educate and to hopefully drag people out of stocks, options, Forex, and crypto and get them into futures, because I argue futures are way better, and I have yet to hear somebody give me a good persuasive argument as how stocks, options, crypto, or Forex is better than futures. I don't think it exists, especially when you factor in the world of prop firms and how they can help you to manage risk. I don't think to me it's a no-brainer decision. I tend to go max 5 MNQ, a few scalps a day. Agreed, James. Is that real money now? Or this is the test. I'm in the test phase right now. So I'm trying to pass the test so that I could, upgrade this to a pro account. So no, test phase is a simulated environment. But you got to be able to, again, the prop firm model, no matter what prop firm you go through, there is some sort of test phase. Some of them are a little deceitful. They're like, you can pass in 1 day. But what they don't tell you is the next phase takes like 8 days. So you think, oh, great, this is better than Take Profit Trader because this company allows me to pass in 1 day, where Take Profit Trader says you have to go through at least 5 days. Well, yeah, but in Take Profit Trader, as I explained earlier, in theory, you could get paid, start to make real money on day 6. Whereas other companies, no. You still have to go through a longer period, and you don't have the opportunity to start to actually get paid until well over 6 days. So that is why I like Take Profit Trader. I'm a believer that if you start to make money, then you should be able to request that money, and you should be able to request it as often as you want and for whatever amount. And I realize that sounds like a common sense statement, but in the prop firm world, a lot of prop firms, that's not how it works. It's no, you can only request money every couple weeks. You can only request money up to a certain amount. Which again doesn't make them a scam, but it makes it, I don't like all those hoops. I think it makes sense. Hey, if you made money, you should be able to request it and get it paid. Come on, 10 more likes. Let's get this up to 75. So not really do we do. Whoops. What was that? Rising wedge pattern, bearish pattern. So if this fails right here, I could see, I'm not calling for a crash, but I could see a pullback coming here. We'll see if this rising wedge. Now you would think a rising wedge is actually a bullish pattern, but nope, considered bearish. Whoops, did not mean to do that. You're right about futures for sure. Do not have to deal with decay in options. Exactly. It's just like buying shares, but leveraged. Yep. So James, I assume that you have experience with stock and options. Is that fair, James? Hello, Yvonne. So got the breakdown through there. Now is there going to be some more follow through is the question. Correct. Falling wedge is bullish. Rising wedge is bearish. Yep. You would think falling wedge is the bearish one, but nope. The rising wedge is the bearish one. And, when I say pullback, that, the rising wedge doesn't mean that this thing's crashing down here. That's not the claim. It's just suggesting that, yeah, probably a bit of a pullback may be needed. Okay, so right here again, James. Yes, moved to futures recently. Options definitely have their place for me, but for specific stock trades, I am yeah. Well, there we go. So nice little classic falling, or excuse me, I can't even get them straight. Rising wedge. Pull back there. Oh, I'd sell now. Oh, I don't know if you mean because you went long or you're just entering the position. But if you're selling, that could be entering. Come on, let's get this up to 75 likes. And we will get aggressive. I will show everybody with one NQ. Again, the goal here is to either pass the test on the $25,000 account or just blow up. Because I think there's going to be learning lessons in both. And then just straight up from an entertainment standpoint, I think it'd be entertaining either way. But I do also ideally want to keep this educational because I am trying. I have no problem about it. I'm not trying to hide anything. My goal is to convince you to ditch stocks, ditch options, ditch Forex, ditch crypto, and come into the world of prop firm futures because it's just so much better. And the only argument, and it's not even a good argument, it's a logical fallacy, is, well, you just say that because if you want us to use your affiliate link. And it's like, okay, you literally just attacked why I'm doing it. You didn't attack why futures are better or anything like that. You just said why I'm doing it. Irrelevant to the conversation. My challenge is, show me, how are futures not as good through a prop firm as stocks, options, crypto, or Forex? And nobody's been able to do anything. If anything, they just they do the ad hominem fallacy. They attack me. Well, you're doing it because you're an evil promoter. You're doing it because you're an evil shill. You're doing it because you just want the affiliate revenue. It's like, okay, let's just say all those things are true. Fine. But still, you have not addressed the case. How exactly are stocks, options, futures, stocks, options, Forex, or crypto better than futures? Nobody can do it. All they can do is commit the ad hominem fallacy. But I would like a chance. Somebody was like, well, with Webull or with Robinhood, there's no commissions. It's like, okay, really? So you're willing to put yourself under the pattern day trader rule where you only get 3 day trades per 5 days? So you're going to limit yourself to 3 day trades because at least on those 3 day trades, you don't have to pay commission. I would rather have 300 day trades per day if I wanted. And even if I have to pay a little bit of commission on them, who cares? I'll take a little bit of commission and 300 day trades per day as opposed to 3 day trades with no commission over the course of 5 days. Come on, 3 more likes. 3 more likes. Then we're gonna try to blow this thing up or pass the test. Or super chats are always appreciated too. Again, if you do have a request for me to take a look at a stock that you're in or whatever, $5 super chats, and I will go and do that. The chat's picking up a little bit, so if you want me to address a question right away, $5 super chats make that happen. I can try to get to it without the super chat, but I just don't make any promises that I'll see it or that I get to it anywhere close. Come on, 74 likes. All right, we'll get this pattern out of here. So that pattern played out again. Rising wedge doesn't mean that the chart's going to crash. It does imply a pullback, and we got that pullback, recovered very nicely, which is now giving us a... What is going on with Tradovate today? Okay, getting ourselves another wedge. Great, 76 likes. So let's hop over to the NQ here, because these are the very volatile ones, and I'm just going to do one. And all right, do I buy the breakout? Give me a 1 if I should buy that breakout. Again, I need to make about, how much do I need to make? Yeah, basically $500. So need about $500 to pass. But we'll see if it wants to come up. Again, this is not advice. I'm here to entertain. Maybe you can learn something, but I'm a moron. Don't follow me into trades. Remember, there's a delay. It's a shame I have to say that, but yeah, just keep that in mind. All right, just waiting on the wedge here. We'll see what it wants to do. Oh. Got there, then pulled back. Got up slightly above it. Didn't trust it enough to buy it. What time frame is this? The 2 minute. But I'm watching other time frames off screen. Okay. I know we're through. I'm having trust issues right now, but... Okay, I'm in. Now watch this number down here and just ask yourself, how do you feel about how that fluctuates? Because this is the volatile world of futures here. Hey, you guys told me to buy the breakout. What's going on here? Blue line is my entry point. Now, if you're saying, well, Clay, I'm watching that number, I'm new to futures. Futures is not for me. This is way too volatile. Again, you would just choose a different type of contract, which is much less volatile. See if it wants to give another attempt on the breakout here. Patience. Yes, I'm having patience. That would be 2. Trying to do some quick math. I think if it hits that red line, I believe that's test passed. And I don't know if my mental math is right, but we'll see. No, trust issues. I don't trust it. We can always try again. I wanted to see that thing go, and it's not going. It's putzing around too much. Why are you in the red now? Move sideways. I don't understand. Because the price was below my entry point. What are some less volatile tickers? MNQ. MNQ would be the way to avoid. So, like I mentioned, if you're looking at that and saying, whoa, Clay, that is way too fast, then all you would want to change to is the MNQ. And that's why I say MNQ is where everybody should start. Because what you just were witnessing was the NQ, and yes, that can take a while. Yeah, this is a disappointing break. It still may get it. I think, yeah. Maybe it goes, but like I said, I thought it'd be a little bit more emphatic. So how far are we away now? We are, my math, what is that? $450 away. So still got to make $450. It depends on the strategy, Hermach. Or I guess I don't know what you're asking. 2-to-1 ratio in regards to what? Do you trade PLTR? No, PLTR is garbage. Let me show you why. Stick with me, young Lee. Why would you waste your time trading PLTR? This is going to be a good lesson in why stocks are just terrible. So let's look at PLTR right now. Let's drop down to the 2-minute time frame so we can do an apples to apples comparison. Okay, so let's look at some distances here. In fact, I'm just going to be generous. This distance, let's just say, is 83, even though it's 83.40, but this up to here, and let's just call that 84. So let's just say this is $1 of distance, right? So that distance right there is $1. And to keep the math easy, let's say you want to buy 100 shares of PLTR. Well, how much is that going to cost you? I'm sure you can do the mental math, but right now the price is right around $83. And if you want 100 shares, that's going to require you to have $8,300, okay? $8,300. So you have $8,300, and let's just say you get that dollar move with 100 shares. That means you've made $100, right? So you need $8,300 to make $100. And that requires, it to make a decent sized move like that. From here up to there, you got $100 in your pocket, but you did need $8,300. Now let's hop over to futures. And in futures, what do we have? Well, we have basically, think about the distances. So I think this distance right here, probably a little bit less than what we were just looking at PLTR, but regardless, that distance right there is 50 points. In futures, 1 point equals $20 per contract. So for that move right there, if that distance, remember the distance we just saw in PLTR was $1, which, if you had 100 shares, that would have been, the $100 in your pocket. But right here we have 50 points, and we just said that each point is worth 20. So that distance right there is worth $1,000 per the highly volatile contract. Well, the question right now is still, well, how much does it actually cost? Because on PLTR, that costs $8,300. On futures, is it going to be like $80,000 in order to gain access to that sort of movement? Good question, fair question. Looking at it through the prop firm, in order to get one of those contracts, again, that was just based off one highly volatile one. Now you could get up to 3, but just one, you would need $105. So that is why I say, no, I don't trade PLTR, because PLTR is a waste of capital. It's a waste of time, especially PLTR is a stock. So therefore, you're going to have to worry about pattern day trading rules. So no, I do not trade PLTR. And I would say if you're in the realm of day trading, you shouldn't want to trade PLTR either. Isn't that crazy though? $8,300 to buy 100 shares of PLTR. And then you need the thing to make an entire move of $1 just to get $100. It's wild. I got to learn how to trade futures. Yes, I agree. I'm glad you're open to that. I should, let me link this while I'm thinking of it. Oh man, I still haven't even talked about, I'm such a bad salesman. Goodness. Let's see. Futures Trading 101. So if you want, check out this link. It's totally free, 4-part series. In real money, you need $20,000 margin per NQ. Yes, exactly. So that's true, Ken. That's why props are nice, because you don't need all that. All right. Let's buy this pullback here. See if it wants to come down a bit more. And yeah, we're going to get aggressive again. Come on down. Again, this is either going to be maybe a very bad trade, account gone, or maybe we can pass here, but let's see. I'm in. So let's see what it wants to do. Got another one. So I am going very aggressive like I said I would. I'm at 2 NQs. So if this thing keeps pulling back, I'm pretty much roasted. All right. So we'll live to fight another day. So another modest trade there. But yes, I was on the, if this thing kept coming down, that would have been account roasted, but I got enough of a bounce to try to reposition myself. But that's disappointing. Did not care about, look how it had. It had been really caring about that EMA, the 21 EMA, caring about it. And then right there, it did not care about it. And that's what happens sometimes. Okay, let's see if it wants to pull back here. How much do I need now? Still about $410. Like I said, for those of you who are getting logged on, I'm going very aggressive trying to pass this account that was donated. So thank you, Take Profit Trader. Appreciate them kind of partnering with me and trying to spread the word of futures, because stocks, options, Forex, crypto are garbage, waste of your time. And like I was saying earlier, I welcome challenges to how any of those are better, but prop firm or futures through a prop firm, hard to beat it. This is a 25,000 account. I made 100% with PLT call options last year, but it took 3 months. Yeah, exactly. All right. Maybe for this one, I'll just try a little bit of a scalp here. And if it wants, I'm willing to build more, but if it wants to just give us a quick little scalp. So looking to buy at these, at the VWAP, you have the 50 period moving average. Let's see what happens here. And I do want to remind you that if you're kind of new and you saw that number fluctuate and you're like, that was way too wild, that's because I'm on the very volatile contracts. You could go to the MNQ and that volatility would drop very much so. So just keep in mind, don't end in the conclusion of futures is too volatile for me. No, the proper conclusion there would be, no, that type of future is too volatile to me. That type of contract. You would just go to the MNQ, M standing for micro. But right now I'm on the NQ, which yes, these are the very volatile ones. But as a beginner, you would want to start on the MNQ. So let's see if we can get a little bit more of a pullback here. Again, if you're enjoying this, if you enjoy the aggressive nature, if you enjoy the live trading, if you think that maybe you're learning some stuff, okay, here we go. If it hits that green line, I will be in looking for a scalp, or maybe if I need to build in 4-year trading futures now, finally payouts are in my account. Awesome, good job. Hey, Nor, what did you trade before futures? Because I'd like for people in the chat room to see that I'm not just, spouting hot air. Like, it actually, what I'm saying, is true. Okay, it's approaching that green line. Oh, you've only ever done futures? Okay, so you don't have a baseline to even talk about stocks or options. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Again, we're getting aggressive here. $25,000 account with NQ is a little shaky. It can go very well, or it can hurt a whole lot. But let's see what it wants to do. Again, I have an entry at that green line right there. And you'll want to watch that number right there just to get a taste of how why Forex are bad. Because Forex barely moves. It's a massive amount of leverage. Again, if you're wanting a day trade, really, do you really want to? Forex charts don't even, like the pips, there's barely any movement. Now, yes, you do have the argument there's no pattern day trading rule. They're open around the clock. Yeah, but that's the same with futures. I mean, are you telling me that, Forex gives you this sort of profitable opportunity? Are you telling me that when you get in a position for Forex, that the numbers fluctuate like you're seeing down here? I don't think so. Now, if there's some sort of world news, yeah, things can get crazy, but how often does that happen? These sorts of movements, I mean, it's on a routine basis in futures. 85 likes. Let's try to get this up to 100. That'd be great. All right. Well, so let's do this. Let's just go to the minimum so people can get an idea of what the minimum amount of volatility would be. So watch this number down here, and this would be the bare minimum that you could expect. Okay, there we go. So watch that number. And again, if you're like, that's way too slow for me, no worries. The solution to that would be to come up here, and you can make that number as high as 30 for this size account. So yeah, again, I'm getting aggressive here, so if I'm not opposed to trying to build some if I need to. Hit that like, I agree, hit that like button. Hey Clay, what do you have to do to qualify or be approved for that 25,000 account? You have to pass a test. I'll show you that in just a second here. There we go. So goal here, gave you plenty of data to just watch that number. And again, if you're like, no, too slow, I need more volatility, boy. I need that volatility, boy. Give me more volatility, boy. Is Mad? Yeah, Mad Max here. He likes when I do that. But I need the volatility, boy. Okay, well, if you need more volatility, that's fine. As far as this size account that I'm on right now, the bare minimum, I could have taken that number up to 30. If you're still saying, no, boy, I said I want volatility, boy, then okay, fine. At the other extreme of things, you could purchase a $150,000 account, and that number that you saw that was a 1, you could raise that up as high as 150, okay? So you can get the volatility if you want it. It's totally in your control, but that trade there was just the bare minimum of volatility that you could expect. Yeah, that's right. Give me that volatility, boy. Oh, man, why didn't I hold longer? Okay, so Rance, hey, Clay, what do you have to do to... Okay, so to pass the test phase, very good question. On the $25,000 account, you've got to be able to make $1,500, but you're not allowed to lose $1,500. So if you lose $1,500 before you make that $1,500, you failed the test, and they'll take the account away from you. Now, you can always try again, but again, if you lose $1,500, remember that it's not your money that you're losing. The only amount you'd be out is what it cost. Man, beautiful bounce there. Okay, we can get rid of this pattern here now. How far am I away now? $400, 300, what, $93. You can easily blow your account with too many contracts, right? Yes, that is a way that you can find great success or great failure. The more contracts, the more volatile this number becomes. That's why I keep saying, if this number is moving too slow for you, that's totally fine. The solution would be, well, raise that number up, because that is how many contracts. In other words, that is your position size. Where do I go to apply and get set up? Right here. You can use the link that's at the top of the screen, but I'll just link it to you here too. And use that link because this will give you the promotion. So that'll give you that 30% off and everything. So use that, Rants. Man, charts are such a scam. Pulled all the way down here, and then it just all of a sudden, I mean, look, it just randomly went side. Oh, or is it random? Or did it decide to go sideways because you had this little congestion point of the 200 period moving average. You had the 50 period moving average. 127 on that bounce with 1 MNQ. Amazing, Dave. Good job. I think I recognize your name. You're part of the community, aren't you? Very good job, Dave. Congrats. Again, if you're enjoying, hit that like button. If you want me to keep doing more live trades, hit that like button. Man, brutal crowd when it comes to the super chats here. Brutal crowd. Yeah, crazy bounce. So does it double top up here? And oh yeah, does anybody remember, if you've been here for a while, and then I'm not patting myself on the back, I'm patting charts on the back though, because charts are a great tool and there's something I would argue you should definitely be using, especially in the world of futures. But for those of you that have been here for a while, I put in that line right there, talked about it as I could see the price going there, potential area of resistance. And what do you know it? Look on that move right there. That's right where it essentially got rejected before going back down. So do I go short again here is the question. I'm up 3,500 for the day. Good job, Mark. Yeah, good. Good to see you, Dave. Next setup, YOLO for the rest of the money you need. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I do that right up here. Feels like a short squeeze kind of day. We'll see. Don is talking again. Short everything. Is Trump seriously speaking again? All right, I could. We're getting maybe a bit of a pullback here. Okay, we'll go with 1 micro again, just to give people a taste of what's possible. So watch that number, assuming I get filled. And just ask yourself, how do you feel about how it's changing? If it's too slow for you, just know that you could come up here and, like I said, change that number and make it as high as you want. Well, no, not as high as you want, but you can make it very much so higher than the one that you see right here. So another just small little scalp there. So now we're... I know. I'll eventually... I don't love any of these setups. That's why I'm not going to go to the NQ. I will go big, but I gotta like the setup a little bit more than that. Even though it did work out. So maybe... Not maybe. It looks like I was wrong, in the sense of I liked that setup, but I didn't like it enough. So that's where I got wrong. Liked it, but I did not like it enough. Do I buy this pull? So now we are definitely getting, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to keep that line out there. I think it's carries some significance, but now we're getting definitely a line here that you got to think, why does it keep doing that? It's like, is TradingView delayed or something today? Like I'm just looking to draw a clean trend line. That's all. Yeah, there is some sort of delay. So right there, we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe that's a breakout point. Just made money both ways on that move. Fantastic. EU tariffs, Bloomberg. More tariffs. That's the I'm watching CNBC. I hope everybody likes higher prices as the tariffs continue to go back and forth. I own some farmland here in Iowa, and I need to get some lime spread on it, just for like soil stuff. So I got a guy that helps me with that stuff because I'm still pretty new to land management. I don't really know a whole lot about farming. I'm not a farmer. A farmer rents land from me, but I got to take care of the land. So the guy that's helping me, was just like, hey, and it's a buzzkill because we were trying to get the lime on this season, but there were just too many other people and the weather didn't quite cooperate. But anyways, so my guy that helps me was just like, yeah, so with these tariffs on Canada, these 25% tariffs, because, a lot of fertilizer comes from Canada. He's like, is that going to be doing anything to your pricing? And he's like, yeah, well, yeah, I'd plan on prices going up 25%. And it's like, oh, great. Thanks. Nice. Thank you. 25% instant increase. So that's fantastic. So I hope everybody likes increasing prices. As a prop trader, do you file taxes at 10? Oh, yes. Thank you, Gabe. The other awesome thing about trading futures through a prop firm is when it comes to taxes, you get a 1099. Simple as that. Boom. 1099. And that's it. I mean, how smooth is that? Does it get any more smoother to just be able to hand your accountant at 1099 as opposed to like everything else? Agreed, old school. I agree. Clay, that point where it bounced after pulling back was a previous level of support. Was it? Nice. So a good confluence point. If you had all these moving averages also lining up at that area. Oh boy. So do I buy the breakout? That is the question. Canada has had insane prices on us for decades. I mean, maybe. All I know is that that's what was communicated to me. Here in Iowa, well, if the fertilizer is coming from Canada and we're charging Canada 25% more, that's the thing is tariffs are charged to countries. They're paid by the consumer. I will repeat that again. Tariffs are charged to other countries. They are paid by the consumer. Let's see if this wants to come up here. They've been charging us 280%. Okay, well, all I'm saying is that I will literally be paying 25% more on my fertilizer cost. And farmers across the country will be paying 25% more. So what do you think that'll do to food prices? Because now farmers are paying more, which means what do farmers have to do? Either they got to, like, it's going to raise food prices. Like, I literally own farmland in Iowa. Like, when you say Iowa, people automatically think of what? Corn. They think of farmland. So farmers are going to be paying more. So, I mean, whether or not that's true, I'll just assume that it's true. They're charging us 280%. Okay. All I'm saying is I'm now paying 25%. I'm a farmer. Our farms have been taxed. No, I agree. All I'm saying is that your costs are going to go up. And I'm assuming in order for you to stay in business as a farmer, you're going to need to raise your prices. Or else the government is going to subsidize you. But when the government subsidizes, that's just printing money, which is the favorite tax, right? Inflation, the hidden tax. Like, it always makes me laugh. It's like, how do we get all this stuff? Like, we just keep getting stuff. Well, because they keep printing money. That's why the debt goes up. But it shows up via inflation. That's why inflation is a government official's favorite policy, the hidden tax. Because that way the politicians can say, we'll give you this, this, and the other. And look, we're not raising taxes. It's like, yeah, well, you're printing money, though. In the farm, we farm corn, rice, and cotton. No, don't you do tobacco down there? Right? I'm saying that kind of jokingly, but now I'm pretty sure if I remember right, isn't tobacco in the South too? Correct. Nothing is free. That's one of my favorite economic principles. There's no such thing as a free lunch. It's fun. I actually have a minor in economics. I'm an engineer by degree, no longer practicing, but I really find economics, I find that field very fascinating. But yes, there is no such thing as a free lunch. That is for sure. My MIL leases out at 80 acres of her farm. The farmers feel it. Oh, yeah. Yep. Not in Mississippi? Why is that? Is that a climate thing? Why wouldn't tobacco be in Mississippi? All right. Well, it's looking like that trend line's not going to be coming into play anytime soon right now. Do you find the intraday drawdown rule in pro account more difficult? Oh, yeah, it is a little bit more difficult, but once you pass over the buffer, it stops. So it'll stop trailing you. And it just, it just forces you to take aggressive profits, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Do I stream every day? I'm trying to, yeah. Trying to every day at about 11:30 a.m. But at this super chat revenue, goodness, I don't know if I can afford to. I'm at $4.99. So I don't know. This may be the last time. Brutal. The main thing with the prop evaluations is to take it slow and think of it as your funded pro account. Don't rush it. You will make it worse. Yeah, you do want to take it slow, but not too slow. All right. I am interested in buying this pullback again. Right around 6.0, right around here. And yeah, we'll go with 1. So we'll see if this wants to pull back. In fact, I'll put an order out there. We're going with 1 NQ, which is the aggressive sort. I'm willing to buy more. So if this is a collapse, this is going to be account gone. There we go. Look at that, right off of that pink line. People want to say charts are a stram. The daily streams are awesome. Well, good. I'm glad you're enjoying. Can we get this up to 100 likes? I mean, come on. Come on, please. Let's do it 3 days in a row. 100 likes. We just need 10 more. Well, let's do it this. I'll make this a 2-hour stream if we can get this up to 100 likes. So we have about 8 minutes. If not, I'll just make it an hour and 45 minute stream. But if we can get this up to over 100 likes in the next 7 minutes, then I'll keep it going. We'll go another 15 minutes, and hopefully we can get a trade on. Or $20 in super chats. $20 in super chats. I'll raise this number up to 3, and then you're gonna really see like go big or go home. So if we can get up to $20 in super chats, I will make a trade with that number at 3, which is going to be quite volatile. Which is definitely going to be, I will either pass or fail on that trade. But again, I need to know that there's interest in that. So I am gauging interest. My mechanism of interest in having that be a 3 is $20 total in super chats. I keep hitting the like button. Good. Can I trade another test account while I wait for the one to go? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Daryl. The other awesome thing about prop firms is you can have up to 5 accounts, and then you can copy trade them. Meaning you could make one trade and then copy that trade to 4 other accounts. So if you make one trade for $200, but then you copied it to the other 4 accounts, technically you made that one trade 5 times. So you made $200 5 times. So even though you only made one trade for $200, you're actually up $1,000 because you copied that one trade to the 4 other accounts, which is amazing. I'm giving you a like. I'm going to check out your content later. Yeah. If you want to learn more about futures, like I said, check out that class. So yes, Daryl, you can do multiple accounts. And then you can do up to 5 pro accounts. Which is now, of course, that's a two-sided coin, right? If you don't know what you're doing, your losses will just add up that much quicker. 99. There we go. Come on, let's get a couple more. By the way, hello from Berlin, Germany. Well, it's nice to have you, Thomas. Hopefully you decide to stick around, get involved in futures with the prop firm. And I should know, while we wait, let me go into salesman mode real quick. I am doing a free live webinar this Thursday. So if you are interested in kind of the tools I'm using, how I'm building consistency, how I'm managing risk, And then just making sure you have the right framework. A lot of people show up thinking that they're doing things that make sense, but they're not actually things that make sense. So make sure that, I kind of share my story, go through a proper framework, get some guardrails in place. So you can get signed up for that. Like I said, it'll be, I guess, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So get signed up for that. Would love to have you. Okay, it's pulling back. Let's see if we can get... Did you make money? I don't know yet. Yes, I'm making money so far, but this could all disappear in a hurry. But yes, I've made money so far. I'm trying to make more money, but it's got to hit that green line. Or do I just get short here? Is this like the break? Oh, no. That feels a little too sketchy right now with the trend. Now that I say that, I don't know. That could be a very big breakdown. All that pink line, we basically have, yeah, I think that buy right now is way too close to that breakdown point. Yeah, do I short the breakdown right there? That's not really a terrible idea. So I don't even need to draw a trend line. I could just use that level right there as a trend line. I wouldn't mind going 3, but like I said, nice, 100 likes, so we'll make this a 2-hour stream. But I don't know. That right there is very enticing from a short standpoint. You got to think a bunch of longs are watching that area and potentially have stop losses. If not below the 200, definitely down below VWAP. So maybe you wait for VWAP to get short. But I'm definitely not going to buy down there anymore. That seems... Again, if we can get $20 in super chats, I will raise this up to 3 and we'll get very aggressive. There's a short. How many points was it? Yeah, not quite. Awesome, 103 likes. For those of you that are going to log on, I am trying to pass the $25,000 account, but I have decided that it's either going to be a blow up or a fail. This was a donated account. And I am right now, over the past couple of days, I've gotten it up. So we're at 26,122. This needs to get up to 26,500. So got about, we'll just call it $400 left. Think it's a trap? It might be. That's why I would have not even thought about it until VWAP, because I think that's where the stop losses probably are, is down below VWAP, because I don't think a whole lot of people use the 2-minute. So I don't think a lot of people necessarily would be watching that. Oh, man, but this might be a buy now. Yeah. Whoops, let's go to the NQ here. I think it's a trap. I could see that. I'd love to just see a $20 super chat show up, and then I can just go 3. And then it's either done or account blown or test passed. But again, I'm gauging the interest in something like that based on super chats. You are the driving force here, so just trying to figure out what people want to see. I only do with ES. I trade the 30s and Renkos. Gotcha. Oh, wait, I've had that order out here this whole time? Holy smokes, I forgot about that order. That's what I mean, you got to press that button. Anyways, let's go here. If this flushes, I'm toast. But it's been bouncing. We'll see if we can get just one more little bounce. Sometimes just all I need is one more little bounce. So maybe we'll have some comedy where it's bounced all these times before, and then the one time I decide to buy, it doesn't bounce and it flushes down through there. So maybe we're about to have some really good entertainment. I think that people are buying and selling the stock market, and it's moving because buying and selling on the stock market. Well, I mean, to an extent, Nullins, yeah. But like this has nothing to do with the stock market per se. This is the futures market. Oh, look how, oh, so close. How did I not get filled? No. Oh, did everybody see how close that was? And then I got the bounce, but I didn't get filled. MA crossover, those are overrated. All right, I'm doing this. I think I'm going to get short if it breaks down through VWAP. I think I can get a scalp from there. So I'm going to set a sell down there. no, this is, yeah. I mean, look at the 5 minute. 5 minute. Lower shadow, lower shadow. So there's very clearly a whole bunch of buyers down in this area of the chart right now. One more bounce, then it dumps. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is this, so if this bounce fails, I could see that really breaking the spirits of the people. Because right now, think about it. You have longs that bought right there, and then people that are accumulating right here. And they're thinking, okay, this either needs to bounce or what? Where's a disciplined stop loss at? Assuming these people are disciplined here and here, their stop loss is somewhere right down around here. And right now, these people, how are these people feeling? Ask yourself that. If you're long and you're seeing this candle, they're feeling very good right now. But if this candle disappears and goes back down, then ask yourself how they were feeling. Probably very disappointed. Probably disheartened. Probably angry. Probably like, screw this thing. And that's where I want to be from the short side. I want to be in a territory where the longs are feeling discouraged, where the longs are feeling upset, where they're frustrated, where they're like, screw this thing, I'm getting out of this thing. Ah, good. That's where I want to be from the short side. But right now, to be fair, the longs are feeling very happy. But let's see if this happiness can turn into anger, frustration, sadness, pity. You know, I'm just, like I said, I'm putting myself in the long shoes. How would I feel right now if I was long? Right now, I'd be feeling very, very good. But if this thing comes down, uh-oh, I would not be feeling so good. But we'll see if it wants to come down or not. Cornell, did you see that you won the contest? Did you get my email? That you won the 50,000 account? You don't like bears? Oh, you got to try going short. It's pretty fun. Good, yeah, congratulations. Cornell is part of our private community, and within the private community, I've been doing contests to give away take private trader accounts, and he just won a recent one. I suppose I should get this trend line back in play, huh? Maybe is this going to come into play? Maybe. That's another choice too. I mean, just from an overarching standpoint. Oops. We have this resistance. We have the line up here. We have the big move here. A few golfers put the golfo down here. So there's our bull pennant pattern. Again, ask yourself, that's the long. How would you feel if this nice move here all of a sudden is wiped away? Down it faster than most of the time. Down is faster. Oh, yeah. Yep. No, not a bull flag. This is a bull pennant. Flags look like that. Pennants look like that. Very poor art skills. Where are we at time-wise? I said I was going to... All right, so we got about 11 minutes to make this happen. You think it's a short squeeze? I don't know. I don't see any area where shorts would be getting squeezed right now. Where do the shorts enter? I mean, I'd say the shorts got roasted right there. I don't know how many shorts are left. This movement up right here, I would say, because you had shorts doing very well, and then that move right there, I would assume, like I said, knocked them all out. So I don't know about a short squeeze. I don't know what shorts are necessarily left to be getting squeezed. Shorts on a bigger time frame. Well, I'm looking at the 2-minute time frame, and my point still stands, because on the 5-minute time frame, same thing. This move right here is what roasted the shorts. So I don't know what shorts are left. All right, I'm going to cancel that order out. It's looking like it may want to make a push. I don't know. Do I just try to anticipate it now and see if it wants to push up through? I really was hoping we'd get $20 in Super Chat so I could just do the 3. and then just be done with this. But I got to be a man. As I say, you know, if I say something and then I don't do it, then I'm going to lose my credibility. And people are like, okay, he says that he wants this, that, or the other, but he'll still do it anyways. I can't lose that credibility. So I don't know, is anybody buying this trend line? Is anybody thinking, agree, disagree with the trend line? Have faith in it, not have faith? Now, if this thing comes back again, that could be very interesting on the short side. You think it rejects? Waiting for breakout? I'm not. I mean, you have very two well defined levels at this point in time. I mean, you have everybody and their brother's uncle drawing that trend line because that's a very straightforward trend line to draw. Then you have everybody and their brother's uncle watching the VWAP down here. So, I mean, it's really these two levels here. That is a big question. How do you feel about those? Do you want to play them? But, I mean, in my opinion, those are definitely the two key levels right now that people across the market are watching. Again, just simply because that trend line's a very simple trend line to draw. So, I like simple trend lines because it means there's probably going to be a lot of people watching it. And then you can get some of those potential self-fulfilling prophecies where people just buy just because they're a breakout player and because that thing's breaking out. Now I'm supposed to buy in the breakout because I'm a breakout trader. And then they just buy. Or I could potentially go short here or stop just outside of the breakout. Maybe. I'll do that with the smaller size just because the micro. Let's do that with the micro. Okay, I'm in. So for those of you that are new, watch this number. Ask yourself, how do you feel about how it's changing? If you're saying that number is changing way too slow for me, all you'd have to do is go up there and you could change that number and raise it up. And the higher that number goes, oh, come on, come back down. The higher that number goes, the more volatile it will get. All right, out there. Come on now. I made a few bucks on the short, but I don't want to play this account anymore. 4 days sitting at 33,000. Okay, yeah, definitely don't touch it anymore, Daryl. Yeah, you passed. So any trades now should just be very small micro ones, in and out. All right. At this point, I think should I just go one and I put the stop right there? It's still in front of that. That's now I'm getting antsy. I'm looking at the stream. We got about 7 minutes before 2 hours. So I'm in a very dangerous spot. If you're enjoying, again, hit that like button. Awesome to see us over 100 likes. Again, inside of this is kind of just, not a gamble, but it's kind of just choppy. Because, again, these are the 2 points. You have VWAP and you have, that's a terrible arrow. Let's try that again because I actually have an annotation tool. There we go. So you have VWAP. You got to think most people are watching that. You have that trend line because it's so simple to draw. A lot of people watching that. And then it's just really a question of which way is this going to break? What do people think? Is this going to break out or break down? So break down meaning it's breaking down through here. Breakout means it's breaking out up through here. So what do people think? Breakout or break down? What's ultimately going to happen here? If everyone is following the same patterns, how is anyone making money? Because not everyone is following the same patterns. A lot of people are following patterns, but everyone, think about that word, everyone. No, that is not everyone is not following the patterns, no. Breakout, down, down, down. Okay, most people think down. Maybe I should just get short here, and if it ventures down there, I'd already be okay. Or does that mean if most people think it's down, does that mean it's actually about to go up? That's the question. That is the question. Do I take that short? Do I just take the break of that short thinking maybe it goes down and revisits the pink line? Extend this out. All right, yeah, I'm going to get short there, thinking it might want to drop down some more. And if it heads back up, then so be it. To make my trades. Is the platform you are on Take Profit Trader? I am on Take Profit Trader. That's the prop firm. But once you purchase the account during the checkout phase, you'll be asked what platform do you want to use. And the one I selected is Tradeovate. But you do not need to go to Tradeovate separately and create an account or anything like that. They will create the account for you, and then they will email you the login information and everything. So it's a very stress-free, very straightforward way to go about it. Right off that line. Okay, I'm liking this trend line right here. Same idea. People are feeling good. If this thing pulls back and then can break through that line, I think that generates enough disappointment that I could potentially make some money. Or is this thing going to come up here and break through right through there? I don't know. Oh, yes. Come on down. I don't even know if I need to wait for that trend line to be broken. I think I'm just going to look to get short right there, that red line. If it comes down, try to anticipate the break of this trend line and then try to get it to move down further. But it's risky, very risky, because technically speaking, it could very realistically bounce off that trend line and then I'm roasted. Nulls, I don't know what you're talking. Nullins, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think anyone with a lot of money is going to make it break through. Nobody made the claim that somebody with a lot of money is going to be able to make a futures market break through. The claim is many people watching could very well make something happen. That's what in fact, that's your critique of charts. Charts don't work. It's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, okay, well, you just agreed that self-fulfilling prophecies exist. And if self-fulfilling prophecies exist, I want to know what those are. And if you're saying that you know what they are based on the chart, well, then that sounds like I should use the chart so I know what the self-fulfilling prophecy is. So no, Nullins, nobody, at least I didn't see anybody else in the chat claim that somebody is going to cause something to break out. Now, a group of people, a lot of people watching the same patterns, self-fulfilling prophecies, that might happen. So how does Take Profit work exactly? I just say go to their site. I've explained that about a dozen times this live stream, Daniel. So with all due respect, I'm kind of burnt out. But just go here, and it'll explain everything, Daniel. And make sure you use this link, because that'll make sure you get the current promotion if you choose to go with them. Well, it's trying to break out. It is trying to break out. Does it get follow through? Didn't a lot of people say this thing was going down? I guess to be fair to them, maybe this is a fake breakout. Trader View versus Tradeovate. I like Tradeovate. We're almost at 2 hours. It is trying to break out. Let's see what happens here. It's going to hit this line before going down. What line? Nullins, are you just making stuff up? I'm starting to get the impression that you're just saying stuff. It's going to hit the line before going down. So Nullins, are you all in short? So Nullins is all in short, is what you're saying. Have you found a way to use ATM orders with I have not done copy trading, Mark. So Nullins is all in short because he says, oh, wait a second. Now you think so. Wait a second. You said it's going to hit the line before going down. You said it's going to happen. Now you think it's going to happen. Think about those two phrases. There's a big difference between saying something is going to happen versus you think it's going to happen. Because at first you said it's going to happen. That's why I assumed you were all in short. Because if something is going to happen, why would you not be all in? Yeah, looks like we have a breakout underway. You're missing out. I am missing out. Did you take it though, Mark? I didn't. My plan was not to play the breakout. My plan was for this to come back down, for the shorts to get all disappointed, or excuse me, for the longs to get all disappointed, and then take that short, ideally down to the pink line there. That was my plan, but clearly my plan did not come to fruition. Exactly, Beg. Pet peeve. I mean, just don't show up saying something that will happen. Now, I guess you can, but you better be all in. Don't make claims of something is going to happen because you don't know that. But yes, no doubt about it. No, it is a pet peeve. Francisco, do institutional traders fighting each other? Is that why prices move up and down fast, like Wall Street traders? Sorry if... no, a lot of it has to do, in this computer age, a lot of it has to do with like algorithms, stuff like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just supply and demand. Right now, from right here, more people are wanting to buy than sell. That is why the price is going up. Right here, more people wanted to sell than buy. That's why it went down. Now, who are these people? I mean, it could be grandma trading from her, crocheting and trading, up to the guy puffing his cigar, lighting, with his $100 bills on Wall Street, to weird looking people like me, to hedge funds, to a bunch of quants that are doing algorithms. So I don't know exactly who they are, but at the core, that's all it is the question becomes, are people more like, or are there more people buying or selling? And that's it. That's what moves the market. Clear is my... Oh, thanks, Stock Hub. Very kind words. If you don't mind, could you explain the VWAP indicator again and how it would be useful when watching the chart? I kind of do mind, with all due respect, because we're over 2 hours and I'm kind of mentally burnt out now. So I do have... let me do this for you. We'll find a middle ground. Well, hopefully it's a middle ground. I'm trying to stall because I'd really like to do it, but maybe we'll just have to pick this up in tomorrow's live stream, me trying to pass it. But right now, I am getting kind of... It's live streaming takes a toll. Because, you got to try to be halfway entertaining and talk for 2 hours straight. It does start to take a mental toll. So for people that like live stream for like 8 hours, I don't know how they do that. What am I trying to do with my life right now? There we go. So you asked about VWAP. I'll actually put this video. If why trade futures, check this out. These, I give 3. And now there are more reasons than this, but these are just the big reasons. So check that out in the chat room. If you want to learn about futures, here is totally free. Make sure you just scroll down. Class 1 is right there. But you asked about VWAP. So let me find that VWAP video for you real quick. So right here, this will explain more of it. Take you to that video right there. So I'm sorry, who asked about that? I meant to tag you. Who? You know who you are. Whoever asked about VWAP. There you go. Check out that link. Hey Clay, how did you get your P&L below the chart? You just drag it. So like right here, you can grab it. And then you can kind of move it wherever. See how I'm moving it wherever? But I wanted it down here. Like that. Grab and drag. And again, for anybody interested, I am doing a free live webinar tomorrow. Go over tools I'm using, how I build consistency, how I manage risk. Make sure that you are approaching the market in smart ways. So if you want to learn more about, or if you want to get signed up for that. And then if you do want to trade alongside me and other really good traders that are way better than I am, I do offer a private community. So you can check out that right there. Kind of a sketchy breakout, not the cleanest of things. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just call it good. I'm mentally spent. Nice, 108 likes. Worst super chat performance ever, though. Only $5. But it is what it is. So if you have any questions, as always, let me put my email. Drop me an email. I'd be happy to try to answer any questions you have. And that does go directly to me. So reach out. I'd be, like I said, if you have any questions or anything like that. And check out those links. Would love to have you part of the community. And hopefully you get signed up for Thursday's webinar. But that is all I have. So again, if you have not yet, make sure you hit that like button. And hey, Mark. Mark's a good guy. I like Mark. Mark made $3,500 today. So he, like, that $5 literally just fell out of his pocket change, and he's like, pfft. And then I don't feel like bending over to pick that up. So thanks, Mark. But again, if you do enjoy the live streams, make sure you hit that like button, especially if you're watching this in the archive. hit that like button. And also a super easy way to support the channel. If you could hit that subscribe button, that really does help out. So tomorrow we will pick back up trying to pass this test. So I will be live again around 11, not at the very latest, 11:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. I will be live and we will pick up on this journey. So tomorrow I'll need, about $370 if my math is right. So still got to make about $370, but we'll try to make that happen tomorrow. Missed a bunch of this stream, but always watching your videos, trying to understand the trading game. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Jomer. Appreciate that. All right, everybody, make sure to hit that like button. Take care and have a good one.